Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. Question of the day: how much time should I spend and money should I spend marketing? So this is my answer: as little as possible and as much as is needed. This question comes to me in various forms. How long should my sales letter be? How many hours a day should I spend on my marketing? How much money should I spend on marketing? My answer to all of them is the same: as little as humanly possible, but as much as is needed. If a sales letter needs to be 30 pages long, it needs to be 30 pages long. That's just the reality. There are some things where the amount of financial cost and risk involved, people just have a lot of questions. There's a lot of information to convey, and you may not be able to do it in less than 30 pages. And then there's times when that's completely overkill. It's just not needed. You don't need to do that much. When people are launching a program, how much energy should I put into launching it? As little as possible. You know, before designing a huge launch, you might just personally reach out to some people you think might be interested if it's limited numbers, and you might fill it from just phone calls. You might be able to send out one email and sell the thing out. Why work harder than you have to? Yeah, as little as possible, but as much as needed. Both of those sides, I think, are very important. The as little as possible side is important so you don't burn yourself out. But the as much as is needed is important so you don't be naive. And because I've seen that. People think, oh, I tried. I did these things and it didn't work. Okay. And then what did you do? So it didn't work the first time or the second time. Did you try something else? And sometimes it takes more than we think it will take. It takes more time. It takes more pages in the sales letter. It takes more money than we thought it would. And sometimes it can take a lot less. We all have limited time, money, energy, give a shit. That's a finite resource, all of those. So, given that they're limited, we want to be very judicious about how we spend them. You know, you're going to spend $100 on an ad, that's a lot of money if it doesn't produce anything. So that's, how do you maximize it? How do you get the most out of every single hour, dollar, calorie of energy? How do you get the most out of it so that it can serve the highest good, serve the most people? I'm a big fan of that, of really thinking this through. What is it likely to take? But can I do it with, there's just no point squandering energy. There's no point wasting it. Busy work doesn't help anybody. If you can fell the tree with one chop, you don't need to show off and be fancy with a million chops, and just to demonstrate to everyone how busy you are. I'm such a fan of simple business models. Business models that are simple, safe to approach, sustainable for you, satisfying for you. And simple being the key word there. People make their business models so tricky, so hard. They make their launch and sales processes so crazy complicated. You know, if you're halfway through launch and you sell out, stop working. You don't need to do the rest of the launch. Just stop. Anyways, hopefully you get the idea. As little as possible, but as much as necessary. So, anyways, I hope this was helpful. Perhaps it comforted the afflicted and afflicted the comfortable, as these things should. If you like this video, please feel free to share it with your friends. You can subscribe to me here on YouTube, marketingforhippies.com. I have an email newsletter you can check out, and I'm on Facebook, of course, as well. So follow me at any or all of those places, or none of those places, whatever you like. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. Take care, everyone.